Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about repairing and healing the relationship that you have with yourself. First and foremost, growth comes from within. It all starts with you. So if you do not love yourself and you do not have a healthy relationship with yourself, how do you expect anything else in your life to be the same? How do you expect to be the best wife, the best mother, the best father, the best son, the best daughter, the best husband to anybody if you are not giving yourself that love and compassion that you try to give to others? You have to think about yourself. You cannot neglect yourself no matter what circumstances you're in. For instance, I know a lot of moms, after they have kids, they neglect themselves because everything, all their attention goes to the child. While that is okay and I completely understand, I am not a mom myself, but one thing I would hate for myself to do is when becoming a parent is to let myself go, because I have to deal with myself for the rest of my life. So if I'm not showing up for myself in a way that's inspiring to my children, then how is this going to reflect onto my kids? I have to give myself self-love and appreciation and respect so I can be that example for my child. If I'm not keeping up with my appearance and how I look, then I'm going to hate myself. I'm going to pull myself into a depressive state. I'm going to not be happy. And when you're not happy and you're not feeling good, it reflects unto others. It's a part of your energy. And that's why it's important in any aspect that when you look good, you feel good, you do good. And I know it's tough. I'm not a mom yet. I'd love to be someday. But I just believe that yes, your hands get full, your schedule is full when it comes to having a kid, but there are moms out there doing it. And I think it's very important because you're setting an example for your child as they grow into a human being. If you can learn to love yourself, your child is going to learn to love yourself. If you can learn to love yourself, you're going to set that example to your friends, to your family. And it's going to make you have a healthy relationship within yourself. And you're able to give it to others because you know it, you've mastered it, you've learned it. So if you feel like you're struggling with your thoughts, that's another step that's very important in acknowledging is the thoughts that come into your mind and how you're choosing to deal with them. Not every thought that comes across our head is true. Not everything that we believe and we think in our mind we need to latch on to. Be mindful of your thoughts and be mindful of how you dwell on these thoughts when they're just formed out of nowhere. You can't let it control you because that is going to weigh you down, that's going to bring you down, and that's going to hinder the relationship that you have with yourself because you're going to be like, why do I think this way? I hate the way my mind thinks. I hate it. And it's going to leave a negative impact on you because you're subconsciously hating yourself. You're not going to perform well. You're not going to do well if you're constantly nagging and bringing yourself down. If you're not okay with your appearance and how you look, how can you work on that? How can you take the initiative to, instead of dwelling in misery, and take that energy and put it towards the gym, put it towards effort in making yourself look good in the sense that works for you, that makes you want to perform, that boosts your confidence, that is going to support the growth in the relationship that you're working on. You have to repair this relationship with yourself if you want a better life because it all starts with you. I'm sure you've heard it 1,000 times. It's not just me and the videos that I make, it's out there into the world. You have to show up as your absolute best. And yes, some days look different than the others. Some days you're not going to put in 100% or as much as you put in the previous day. But it's important to just keep progressively working towards this growth, towards this change. If you have bad habits, you procrastinate, you're doom scrolling all day, you can't seem to pull yourself out of a negative headspace, I've learned that when we think about our thoughts, that's when everything goes south. So when you feel like you need to get up and do something, but you're thinking like, oh, I can do it later, and just keep trying to push it off, that is just going to be a problem later down the road, rather than just facing it right as it's presented to you and navigating through it. That gives you the confidence to maneuver through life, because you're like, I can handle anything. I'm not pushing it off. I'm not procrastinating. I'm getting things done. It builds confidence. But you can't expect just one day for all of this to fall into place. It just doesn't work like that. You can't wait for the perfect timing. It's not just going to fall into your lap. It's a lot of self-development every single day, and being conscious of this growth that you're experiencing, that you're wanting for yourself. It's a battle. It's not easy. Some days are definitely easier than others, but ultimately you're going to face challenges all throughout your lifetime. There's never going to be a point in your life where you're set from every problem, from financial struggles to whatever. There's never going to be a time in your life where you'll never have to worry about those things again, because it's life. Life is a roller coaster. Life is unpredictable. Life is up and down. But once you master the maneuverability in your life, and how you can problem solve, and how you can move on from things and not dwell and not procrastinate and not let yourself down, things get easier. You maneuver through life way easier once you start gaining this sense of self and awareness of everything that you need to change in order to become better, in order to pull yourself out of a slump. You have to be strong. And it's not always easy being strong. You're going to be challenged, but you have to be okay with facing these challenges, because if you're not, then you're never going to see the growth within yourself. You're never going to be able to overcome or see the lifestyle that you dreamed for yourself. And it's a hard reality to face. It's a hard realization that you are the only person that's going to get you to where you want to be. But anyways, you have to repair this relationship with yourself. It's the only way that you're going to love yourself. It's the only way that you're going to see the life that you want. It's the only way you're going to build yourself up, rather than constantly being at a plateau and not seeing any type of growth, not seeing any type of change in yourself or your life. You have to love yourself. You have to be okay with what you see in the mirror. You have to assess everything that needs to be worked on and address it and change it. And it doesn't happen overnight. Please don't think it does. It's an everyday challenge. And the more that you practice it, the easier it becomes. And you will see your life change. But it all starts with you. It all starts from within. Heal this relationship with yourself, so that you can become the best version that you've always been imagining, and it can become your reality, and it's not just a thought or imagination inside your head. Chase that desire and become that, and watch how much your life changes for the better. Consistency and discipline is something you struggle with. Go to the gym. Go to the gym. I just pulled up to the parking lot right now because it's something I'm struggling with. But the beauty of discipline and consistency is because you see the growth. You see the changes. It's something you can see. And on not only that, the reward you get is a body that you love. A body that when you're in the mirror naked, because that's reality, I feel like why we work out is so we look good naked, and you just love yourself because you did that. That's your hard work. You see the fruits of your labor. It rewarded you with your dream body, something you're no longer insecure of. Everything you worked for is shown. It's not instant. It takes months. But just like anything, it takes time. This journey is going to take time. Building discipline, it's going to take time. Building consistency, it's going to take time. Building a body that you love is going to take time, but it's a practice. and you love yourself throughout the practice because it's teaching you, it's challenging you, it's changing your perspective, it's changing your mind, it's changing the way you think, it's bettering your mental health. They always say, go to the gym. Go to the gym. That is the best place that you can start on your journey. It's the best place that you can start. And just know going into it, it's not like you do your first workout, you're not going to have the body that you want. You go into your first YouTube video, you're not going to have the subscribers, the views that you want. You go into career, and it's not going to be exactly what you expected, but you work towards it. You become better over time. And that's the real beauty in the journey. It's much bigger than materialistic things. Yes, that's all a part of it, and it all comes as rewards later down the line. But the ultimate prize, or the ultimate thing, is the person that you become at the end of the day. You become structured, you become routine, you become disciplined, you become all these things, and people are going to ask you, how do you do it? How did you do it? You know, how do you feel so good all the time? How do you stay so disciplined? It's because you've mastered it. You've sacrificed so many things to get you to where you want to be, and that's the realization that you have to have in this current world of instant gratification. Is great things take time. Things that last take time, because you have to build the foundation, and you're building a house on top of it. You're putting everything into it. But you have to have a solid foundation, and the only way to start having that solid foundation is to start within and really assessing and being honest with yourself, taking accountability for the things that you've done, the type of person that you've been, you know, and owning up to it, because it's you at the end of the day. You're the person living inside this vessel. You're the person dealing with yourself every single day. So you have to get right with yourself if you want to change, if you want to succeed, if you want to excel in this lifetime and be all that you want to become. Overcome these silent battles, overcome these internal struggles, thoughts, insecurity, fear, lack of discipline, lack of consistency. If you are aware that you struggle with all these things, that is where you need to start in moving forward to becoming a better version of yourself and starting to see the life that you want. It's the only way it's going to happen. There's no other shortcut. There's no other way. And you realize that anybody that has it instantaneously, yes, miracles happen, luck happens. They're often compromising themselves in some sort of way. And long term, it's not good. It's just not. So really decide what you want. Do you want instant gratification, or do you want integrity? Do you want self-respect? Oh my God, a kitty. Sorry. It's really all that's to it. It's a long game. It's long term. You do not want easy. You do not want anything handed to you, because it's not earned. You didn't have to sacrifice anything. You didn't have to build any type of character if things are handed to you, or if you don't go through some shit. It's life. But you are strong. You are capable. As long as you have a brain and you are functioning and you're alive, you are very much so capable. But I'm about to get my ass in the gym. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe for more. Bye guys. Mwah.